Is your home blocking your financial success? Here's what you need to remove. Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you work or how much you try to save, money still slips away without you understanding why? Or, have there been months when your income is higher than usual, but by the end of the month, you're still short on cash? If this sounds familiar, maybe it's time to take a closer look at your living space. Your very home might be quietly hindering your luck and financial success. Because according to ancient Feng Shui, there are two things in your home that are silently pushing wealth away. And no matter how hard you try, they quietly cause your financial luck to slip through your fingers each day. Feng Shui is not some mysterious belief or distant concept. It's simply the art of balancing energy in your living space. And if these two seemingly harmless items are creating stagnant energy in your home, no matter how hard you try, wealth is unlikely to stay long. Today, I'll show you exactly what those two things are, and why it's essential to remove them to stop the flow of wealth from being blocked. Also, at the end of this video, I'll share a few simple tips to help turn your home into a natural magnet for prosperity, like a bowl filled with good fortune. But before we begin, I invite you to take a moment to leave a comment below. Write a positive affirmation like, "I am always ready to welcome wealth into my life," or "My home is a powerful magnet for wealth," or anything else you wish for in your life. Because every affirmation is like planting a seed for abundance to grow in your life. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any tips that could change both your financial and spiritual destiny. Now, let's dive into the first reason: eating habits. You know, most of us think our money slips away because of the big things: buying a house, a car, making bad investments, or sinking into debt. But here's a reality check: it's not the big things. It's the little, sneaky habits that quietly drain our wallets. And one of the biggest culprits? What we eat. I know, it sounds odd, right? Who would blame their meals for their money issues? But hear me out. Think back to last week. How many times did you come home totally wiped out, too tired to cook, and ended up grabbing takeout? A $15 meal here, a soda or coffee there. Doesn't seem like much, right? But add it all up. If you're getting coffee every day, at $5 a cup, that's $150 a month, over $1,800 a year. And what about those casual dinners out with friends? A $20 meal 3 times a week? That's another $240 a month, almost $3,000 a year. Now, imagine what you could do with that extra cash. Pay for a few months of rent? Start an emergency fund? But instead, it just vanishes. Quietly. Without us even noticing. Financial experts call this stealth spending. It's the small, everyday purchases that we don't even realize are adding up. It's not like we're going on a shopping spree every day. But over time, the little leaks really start to add up, like water dripping from a leaky faucet. And trust me, if the leaks don't stop, eventually your wealth dries up. In Feng Shui, water is seen as a symbol of wealth. So when you're dealing with leaking water, whether it's in your home or your finances, it's a sign that things are out of balance. If you want to check the flow of wealth in your home, take a look at your kitchen, your fridge, your faucets. A cluttered fridge, full of expired food, isn't just bad for your health. It's a clear sign that the energy in your home, your financial energy, is scattered. And this, my friend, is where we need to ask ourselves, how can we eat mindfully so that money no longer quietly slips away? The ancient wisdom of Feng Shui teaches us that wealth is not only about earning. It's about holding on to what you've got. Wealth is often lost in those small, unconscious habits. That fast food meal, the sugary drinks, the late night snacks, these aren't just hard on your body, they're hard on your finances too. Some people think that earning more money will fix everything. But here's the truth, it won't. If you're not mindful of how you're spending, no amount of money will ever be enough. Money, like water, needs to flow in the right direction to grow. But if it's leaking everywhere, it's going to run dry faster than you think. Now, it's not just about personal spending habits. This issue has become a lifestyle for many modern families. You'll find people constantly complaining about money, but still sticking to habits like eating out every weekend, treating themselves to a buffet, or ordering food every holiday. These aren't nutritional needs, they're emotional needs. And it's a sign that we're chasing quick fixes to fill an emotional void, instead of building lasting stability from within. This is what modern psychology calls emotional eating. When we're stressed, anxious, or just plain bored, we reach for comfort foods, something sweet, salty, or greasy. But here's the thing, the comfort doesn't last. You feel good for a moment, then comes the regret, the guilt, and often the bloated stomach. But it's not just about the food, it's about what we're trying to fill inside. The more we use food to escape our emotions, the further we drift from reality. And that disconnect doesn't just affect your waistline, it affects your bank account, your work life, and even your relationships. In Buddhism, this is seen as a manifestation of greed, anger, and delusion within us. When we don't face our suffering directly and instead numb it with unconscious actions, whether it's overeating, overspending, or anything else, we're recreating negative karma. This leads to a cycle where suffering only leads to more suffering. Eating to escape, spending to fill a void, these are ways we avoid dealing with the real issues. And by doing that, we drain both our wealth and our blessings. What's the lesson here? Whether you follow Feng Shui or not, the idea is the same: mindfulness is key. Every small action, every habit we form, has the power to either uplift or drain us. If we live unconsciously, even something as simple as eating can pull our fortune down. People who overspend on food are often struggling in other parts of their lives because their inner world is out of balance. So before you start trying to save, invest, or earn more money, take a good look at how you eat. It's not just about feeding your body, it's about respecting your wealth, your blessings, and your family's fortune. Eating mindfully and consciously can help you stop those small leaks in your finances. Let's dive into the second issue, credit cards. You know, if wealth were like a stream of water, a credit card would be the invisible knife, quietly making holes in the dam, allowing that flow of wealth to slip away without making a sound. The thing is, you don't even feel it happening at first. It's all hidden behind the convenience and the modern touch of swiping or tapping. It feels easy, right? But in that silence, a financial storm is quietly shaping the fate of many. Money isn't just about buying things. It's more like energy, a flow that needs to move in a clear, defined direction. When we use credit cards, money becomes intangible. You stop feeling the weight of each dollar because there's no physical cash leaving your hand. It's like watching water go down the drain without even realizing it. With cash, you can feel the exchange. You count it, you hand it over, and you see it leave your hands. It's real. But with a credit card, that sense disappears. Your brain doesn't register the loss, so you keep swiping, buying more than you intend to. That's why people often spend more with cards than with cash. Financial experts call it the decoupling effect. You're spending, but you're not feeling the loss, so you keep spending without control. Now, let's take a moment to think about this through a Buddhist lens. The act of swiping a card without awareness, without understanding the consequences, is like living on autopilot. You swipe, delay the payment, and rack up debt. And in doing so, you're creating a cycle of financial karma from ignorance. Buddhism teaches us not to create more debt because it's not just about money you owe, it's a spiritual weight you carry. When you spend what you don't have, you're borrowing from your future. Every delayed payment is like pushing the consequences off to a future you haven't prepared for. And when that future arrives, it doesn't bring blessings, it brings burdens. And here's where it gets real. This isn't just about your own habits. It's about what we're teaching our kids. A lot of parents think that giving their children credit cards will help them avoid hardship, but what they're really doing is teaching them that money comes without effort. When a child spends without working for it, they grow up thinking money is just handed to them, and that's dangerous. In traditional Feng Shui, there's a saying, wealth comes to those who can hold it, not those who are given it. Holding wealth doesn't mean hoarding it. It means maintaining clarity, having the right mindset, and practicing discipline. If a child never learns the value of money or the discipline to wait, they'll struggle with managing finances later. Even worse, many financial institutions are getting cleverer at drawing people into overspending. They raise your credit limit, offer no interest plans, and throw in rewards or vouchers. It all looks great wrapped up in shiny packages. But underneath, it's slowly tightening its grip on your financial freedom. The scariest part? You don't even notice it until it's too late. You think you're in control, but in reality, the very convenience you thought was freedom is what's really controlling you. One day, you look into your wallet, and it's full of old cards, expired ones, unused loyalty cards, receipts piled up. It doesn't look like a vault of wealth anymore, it looks like a storage unit for debt. In Feng Shui, your wallet is more than just a place for money, it's a symbol of your personal resources. If it's filled with chaotic energy, cluttered, disorganized, it's no wonder your wealth is leaking away. In Buddhism, your wallet is a direct reflection of your mindset. Every time you open it, you're making an action. If that action is done carelessly, without attention, don't expect good results. But if you keep your wallet tidy, only carry what's essential, choose a wallet that aligns with your energy, and always keep a crisp, high-value bill inside, you're not just saving money. You're preserving your inner clarity. Credit cards are not the enemy. They are tools. And tools only work well when used wisely, with discipline and vision. If you use them to fill an emotional gap or as a quick fix, they'll only cause harm in the long run. But if you use them as a short-term bridge, with a plan and boundaries, they can still support your fortune in a meaningful way. The first step? Start by cleansing your financial energy. Let's talk about something important, your wallet. Now, think of it as more than just a place for cash and cards, it's a reflection of your self-respect. How you treat it, the state it's in, actually speaks volumes about how you view your financial energy. Ever considered buying a new wallet not just because it looks good, but as a way to refresh your personal energy? It's not just a style choice. In fact, Feng Shui tells us that the color and material of your wallet should align with your personal energy. It's like choosing the right tool for the job, something that fits and works well for you. If your wallet doesn't resonate with your energy, you could be unintentionally sending out the wrong vibe. So, why not choose one that supports your abundance, no matter what's going on around you? Beyond your wallet, another place that needs to be in check is your workspace. Whether it's a cozy little nook at home or a full-fledged office, it's where your financial energy flows through your work, your creativity, and your plans. But here's the kicker: if your workspace is cluttered with papers, tangled cables, or random items everywhere, you might not even realize it, but it's blocking your potential. Your physical space can influence your mental space, and if it's chaotic, so is your mind. And we know, when the mind isn't clear, decisions are harder, and money flows more slowly. Now, speaking of energy, one of the most powerful forces in all of this is words. I know, it might sound a little out there, but hear me out. Words have energy. Every word you speak, whether you're talking to others or just in your mind, carries a frequency. Think about it. If you repeat things like, "I am abundant," or "I am thankful for what I have," the energy around you shifts. And the cool part? The more you say it, the more you believe it. So, why not try it? Stick some affirmations on your bathroom mirror, on your desk, anywhere your eyes will catch them regularly. Your mind will start to absorb it, little by little, and before you know it, you'll feel a shift in your mindset. Neuroscientists call it the intentional repetition effect. It's like rewiring your brain, but in a really positive way. Now, here's a thought: money is a companion. And, let's be honest, no one wants to stick around somewhere they're not welcome, right? So, if you want to build a good relationship with money, your environment matters. If your desk or wallet is a mess, your financial energy might be just as scattered. So what's the first thing to do? Get rid of the clutter. If you can't find a pen because your desk is full of random papers, how can you expect to find financial clarity? Next, let's talk about how we set up our spaces. Your desk is a crucial spot when it comes to bringing in wealth. It's where your ideas, actions, and plans come to life. If it's messy, it's like saying to the universe, "I'm not ready for abundance." You don't need an immaculate desk, but it should be clean enough that you can think clearly. And here's an interesting tip: don't place your desk near a bathroom. You'd be surprised how much energy flows from that. Baths and showers are all about releasing, and you don't want that energy near your creative or financial flow. Lastly, let's touch on the idea of worshiping the god of wealth or similar practices. This isn't about superstition, it's about connection. By acknowledging the forces that support us in building wealth, we show gratitude. It's like having a small ritual to honor abundance. Just as you wouldn't treat a guest carelessly, treat your space and your finances with respect. Feng Shui reminds us to place altars or items of reverence in places that connect with the earth's energy. Keep your altar grounded and connected literally and spiritually. It's not about cluttering your space with good luck charms, it's about being intentional with the energy you invite into your life. To wrap this up, let's think about wealth. True wealth doesn't come from being stingy or waiting for luck to strike. It comes from creating value, improving yourself, and being generous. It's not just about accumulating money, but about growing it mentally, spiritually, and physically. And let's not forget the real key: gratitude. When you live with gratitude, your financial flow shifts, and opportunities start popping up where you least expect them. Wealth isn't just about what's in your bank account, it's about the peace and fulfillment you feel with each small decision you make every day. That's true abundance. And it all starts with mindfulness, from how you treat your wallet, to how you set up your space, to the words you speak. So, to sum it up, your living space plays a much bigger role in your financial flow than you might think. The two hidden culprits, the small habits you may not notice, like your eating habits and the clutter in your space, can silently drain your wealth. Once you identify and remove these energy blockages, your home can become a space that naturally attracts prosperity. The lesson here is simple: wealth isn't just about how much you make, but how much you keep, and how you manage the energy in your surroundings. When you start paying attention to your habits and the energy in your space, you'll notice a shift in your financial well-being. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below with a positive affirmation like, "I am always ready to welcome wealth into my life," or "My home is a powerful magnet for wealth," or anything else you wish for. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, so you won't miss out on the next tips that could change your financial and spiritual journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.